by the Assistant Comptroller General of Immigration Services, Mr. Mohammed Babandede. In our last interview with the ambassador, he told us about the arrival of the e-passport machine into the Nordic region. Today, we are here to commission the e-passport machine. Because of the arrival of this machine, a series of renovation took place at the Nigerian Embassy. So join me in today's ceremony. But first, let's take a look on how far they have gone with this renovation.
As you can see, the work has progressed immeasurably. The e-passport machine is here. So if you want to get your passport, please come to the Nigerian Embassy. But first, give them a call before you come. See you later.
Honorable Minister of Interior, ACG Mohammed Babandede, His Excellency, Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Benedict, Ambassador Benedict, Onochie, Amobi, senior colleagues present here today, the visiting team of the Nigerian Immigration Service, distinguished invited guests, Nigerians. On behalf of His Excellency and staff of the Embassy, as well as Nigerians in the Nordic countries, I welcome you to this historic program. As you're all aware, we're all here to commission the e-passport machine acquired for the Nordic countries. Indeed, it's quite a historic program, and among us, we have a very important dignitary who came all the way from Nigeria. We have a very long line of program, but we will try to make it quite snappy because today is quite fast running. May I invite us to be on our feet for the national anthem? For the national anthem, we have copies circulated on the table, and I enjoying to sing the first stanza. I invite His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the Nordic countries, Ambassador Benedict Amobi, for a welcome address. Excellency, sir.
The ACG and representative of the Minister of Interior, Mr. Mohammed Babandede, you are very welcome, Excellency. The visiting team from the Nigerian Immigration Service, led by Abdul Kader Garo, the team leader, members of the immigration team, colleagues, and fellow Nigerians, you are all very welcome to this very auspicious occasion. It gives me great pleasure today to welcome all of you to this historic occasion. Indeed, it is a day of joy which words cannot really describe. The commissioning ceremony today is a clear testimony of President Jonathan's resolve to deliver effective service to its citizens both at home and abroad. And I want to give God all the glory for this day. Assistant Comptroller, your presence has made this occasion even more joyous, especially as you have taken time to come all the way to Stockholm, despite your busy schedule, to commission this passport machine. ACG, in the short time we have spoken, I want to commend your meritorious and dynamic nature. In the little discussion we have had, you're flowing with ideas on how to take immigration service to higher levels. I think, again, even your position is a testimony to Mr. President wanting to reward meritocracy. And we pray that the good Lord will continue to promote you to higher levels. ACG, since 1967, since we had diplomatic relations established between Nigeria and Sweden and set up this mission, our Nigerians have had great pains, experienced great pains in attempting to obtain their travel documents. In the past, passports were produced by the mission either through the assistance of other embassies in the region, particularly Berlin, where I gather you had the pleasure of serving. And the fact that we sent people to Berlin, we never had any issues of problems or any difficulties. And your name goes before you. I gather the time you were there, Nigerians had wonderful relation with the embassy, and it's a testimony to your meritorious service to the country. From 2009, there were intervention teams from the Ministry of Immigration, from the Immigration Department. And again, we had continued to have problems, either through misspelling of names or long duration for the production of the passports, which could take up to 9 months. There were all sorts of challenges that came by the way. Again, some due to technical problems as well. But suffice it to say that we had considerable difficulties. Out of the 177 Nigerians who came for passport intervention here in January, ACG, we have received 70. There's an outstanding of 107. We want to bring this to your special attention because there are some 107 Nigerians who are still having their passports outstanding. The problems vary between reissue or fresh passports. I think part of them are fresh passports which should not have problems. In fact, our webmaster here, his child was snapped, his baby was snapped, it should be straightforward, but his passport has not been sent back. Others of reissue may be technical issues or one issue or the other, but I believe that with your presence here, we will be able to solve all those outstanding issues. I must tell you that your intervention teams have done wonderfully well. They have performed their best, and their efforts are well acknowledged. I must also state that errors and omissions are only human. Only God does not make mistakes. All these issues notwithstanding, I believe that your presence here and the remarks you're going to make will serve us well in sorting out some of these problems. I must, Assistant Comptroller, not put down the microphone without forgetting to mention the efforts of the former Comptroller General, Mrs. Rose Uzoma. I personally put tremendous pressure on her. Phone calls, I know how I used to disturb her to bring this machine and to solve other issues. I also want to mention specially, sir, Deaconess Ayo, the chairman of the Public Service Commission, who also put pressure on the immigration department. It is through these efforts of immigration and these people that we have this machine here today. I know that we are going to continue to enjoy that cooperation with the new Comptroller General and your officials for the betterment of and progress of our people. Comptroller General, Assistant Comptroller General, I thank you once again. I thank you and your staff, members of your staff who have been working diligently since they arrived here almost 6 days ago and will continue to work for, I think, another 3 weeks before they return. And I believe that the department has plans to also send us 1 or 2 passport officers here full-time. We want to thank you for your effort. We want to thank you and those of your staff. Once again, you are very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Present this to you, sir. It is an up-to-date specimen of the Swedish passport here. And it will give you an indication of the security items that they have here, and possibly even ways that we could also enhance the security benefits in our own passport. I want to give this to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Right from last night, when we received him, I've known him for one thing. He's a man of action. And I know that everyone here present today will feel that action. Assistant Comptroller General, sir, may I invite you for a short address and presentation on the e-passport protection, sir.
A uniform man can speak, but he is my ambassador. As long as I'm in this Sweden, I'm under his protection. So, Your Excellency, thank you for that wonderful speech. And his deputy head of mission is here. Madam, thank you so much. Members of the diplomatic staff, especially the consular officers, members of the Nigerian community. Well, I'm surprised. Let me tell you the truth from the deepest recesses of my heart. It has never happened when you meet a man just for 2 seconds and you become the best of friends, like the way I have met Ambassador Amobi. You know, it happens in life that something click. If you have the same chemistry, you meet a man today, it looks like you've been together for 20 years. But I must tell you that this relationship, not only with you, Your Excellency, but with this mission, will continue to improve for better. I had the opportunity to come to the Nordics several times. I had the opportunity to go to Finland. When Madam President of Finland went to Nigeria, I had the opportunity. She invited me to Finland some few years ago, and I've come to Sweden, Norway several times. But I have never been here so comfortable, with the good weather, with a good ambassador, with a good reception. It has been the best visit.
And we have you to thank for the beautiful weather.
Yes, I'm coming in 2 capacities, and I don't want to talk long, as I cannot speak sometimes like a minister. But I can talk as Assistant Comptroller General in charge of passport. My minister wanted to be here in person. And he was to come himself in person. He said, Babandede, I've heard so much about that ambassador. I cannot make it due to certain reason, and he knows better, Ambassador, how ministers are tossing around. You know, they can be called anytime, and they'll start going back home. He said, even if I'm not going, you must find your way to Sweden. And I did. It was a hard job, because for you to plan your flights just overnight, it was just yesterday I started planning for it. Actually, in the night, I got the flight details. And I'm returning back today to continue my journey to Nigeria through the same route, Vienna, instead of me to be routed to Frankfurt. But it's worth coming. I'm telling you, it is worth coming because I've been well received, and I'll be able to share something for the community that will be of benefit to Nigerians. We are working for Nigerians. We are public servants. Anything we do which will make one Nigerian better, which will reduce tension between Nigeria and the missions, which will create a better living condition by Nigerians in their host countries, I think is something worth doing. We will continue to do it better. Your Excellency, I have a presentation to make. The presentation is technical in nature, so that you can have a picture of what is our passport. What's the difference between this passport and MRP? I know very well that many of you have MRP passport. The government said, look, we cannot phase it out because our citizens stay in countries, especially like the Nordic countries. It's very difficult for them, so keep using it. But once you use it and enter Nigeria, you know you're gone. You can't come out until you get biometric passport. And we have also a lot of our children, also our Nigerians have married both male and female, and these children are entitled to Nigerian passport. Even under any circumstances, we have provision for it. So I will just make a technical presentation. Later I can read the message of the Honorable Minister. Good. You need to know the major difference between this passport, Your Excellency, between this passport and MRP passport. It's very important for you to know. First, it is biometric identity. And I hope you know, because we are in Europe, time has changed when security documents are just handled by signature. It's biometric. When we say biometric, it could be your fingerprints, it could be your eyes, it could be anything which is naturally embedded in you. For immigration service, we are able to do biometric with 4 fingers. These 2 fingers. Index and thumb. If you go and put these ones, you have committed crime. The difference between this passport and MRP is that data cannot be changed. Once you put your data, even if you say your name is John Brown White Colorless, you remain John Brown White Colorless. That's what you put. Your age will be the same. You can't change it. Place of birth, you can't change it. Signature, you think it's a small thing. You can't change. You can't come and say, oh, okay, now that I'm going to do renew, I want to change my signature to another color. You cannot even rearrange names. Look at something very easy. My name is Mohammed Babandede. My surname is Babandede. If I say, oh, you want to renew, I want to renew my passport in Stockholm. So can you change Mohammed to be surname? It's not possible. So it has captured your data and it is kept as such. You can't change it. It has also tackled multiple password acquisition. Remember during the olden days, if you are Yoruba man, Shegun, you go to all the Oyo states, all states and get passport. You go to Ogun, you go to Ondo, you go to Lagos, who will know? You will get it. If you are from the north, you go to all the states, you get it. But now, even though we have a passport office here, if you go to New York and say, I have no passport, though, you go to New York and say, I want to apply a new passport, it's not possible. Because it's not possible to have more than 2 passports. Why? Because we are globally networked in a single database. We have a single database. Single database. As you are acquiring this passport, it has already gone to the database. If you go to New York, it is the same database. There's no way you can play with it because it's a single database. And also, data can be retrieved and queried. The advantage of the database is that you can, it's like your computer, isn't it? You can Google your computer and you can retrieve back information. If you like, you can come to me and say, okay, I have never had a passport before. Even though you said I did, you say, wait, you will retrieve back your passport with your picture and signature and show you. Can you deny that? It's like overspeeding in Europe. If you overspeed, you say, I didn't overspeed, they'll give you the pictures. Will you deny it? You cannot deny it. Next slide. Other issues that make it unique is that there is no proxy acquisition. In the olden days, when I had opportunity to serve as a visa officer in 1991 in Germany, you will be sitting down with a Nigerian in Berlin. He will send his picture to Nigeria and bring a passport. If you like, send your e-passport, e-photo. It will not come back. You have to be there seated. No proxy. That's one difference. Application are also done online. It is you who is applying online. So it is between you and the computer. When I say between you and the computer, if you like, you can fight with the computer. You can query the computer. Whatever you give the computer will check. Is it not true? You can see who is applying online. And it has higher security chips You see, this passport, as you are seeing, thank you, Your Excellency, for bringing one. This passport you are seeing, all the covers are security chips. All of them are security chips. So if you like, you can go and remove names and put. When they go to machine and at the borders, they will find out that it's not your passport. Some people have attempted. There are chips you cannot read, but machines, when it is swapped, you know, you pass through the border, you see them swapping. Like the way you swap your credit card, they will swap the password, they will read security features. So whatever you change, they will know. Because it has that facilities. Payment is also done online. What we are saying is that this passport, we got it together in partnership with the private sector. So you pay it with a simple POS for the passport. You pay it online with a credit card. That's why I said you should follow me so that you can have a better idea. I know there are a lot of complaints about payment, and these are one of the major issues we face. Are we not in the same house, madam? Okay, if you miss your husband, you can talk to him outside. It's the same portal, single portal. If you are paid in New York, if you are paid in Beijing, you are paid to the same portal of payment, and you can't pay online. So follow me so that you can have a better picture of how to make the payment. You have to log in to www.immigration.gov.ng. But what I encourage missions to do is to allow citizens who are residing in their country to web into this data through their missions database website. You understand what I'm saying? You provide linkages. Like you have a website, isn't it? Yes. If you log into the website, if you are in Sweden or you are in the Nordic countries, don't go directly. Make sure you make window for www.immigration.gov.ng in your website. The advantage is that you will get local information. There is no need for you to come and acquire a passport and begin to call the missions. Is my passport ready? No. You can download this information on the website. Passports that are ready, you can download them so that when they check, they can see it. Or you create alert system depending on how you agree. But let that website be your guide to come to us. Because immigration in Sweden is the mission. Even if we send an attaché, that attaché, he or he works under the ambassador. We don't have a name. Our name is that we are working with Nigerian government. So your entry to us is through the embassy. Also, there are additional charges. In many missions, there are administrative charges for missions, for passports. In short, I have just discussed this with other missions. They do administrative charges for the passports, sometimes posting, start working, and there are penalties. Some missions are working on penalties. I met, just in Vienna, I met somebody with his new passport cut with scissors. It's not an accident. I said, how did it happen? He said, his wife. I said, did she cut your money? No, she didn't cut your money. You see, it means you allow this passport to be mishandled.
Of course, abused.
Not only that, we have a lot of cases of lost passport. You know very well. I'm a migration expert. Many of you who come in as businessmen, when you overstay, you throw away the passport. Or when you come and declare political asylum, you have become John Brown Babandede. You have thrown away your real name at home. You think it will help you if you throw away your passport. This time it will not help you. That name you have is the one we have in the database. If you like, change your name. When you do thumbprint, we will see you. So please know that payments and all informations have to be through your local website. It will help you because you will see additional information. There could be things peculiar to that territory which the mission would like to face. You should complete an application online. When you complete online, you print acknowledgement and grantor's form. Am I correct? Yes. When you complete a form online, the end result of that application online will give you an acknowledgement form that you have, your application has been received, and that you will print a guarantor's form. Guarantor's form is necessary for legal cases. If you said, look, this is my name, this is my place of birth, this is my information, somebody guarantor you, and something happens, legally will know what to do with the guarantor. So you have to be guaranteed before a passport is given to you. Then you proceed to pay online. and print your payment slip. After you have got acknowledgement, you go ahead and make payment online. The platform for payment in foreign countries, especially in Europe, is Visa, not MasterCard. You may try to pay with MasterCard, but I have spoken with SocketWorks, those who provided that the best way you can make this payment is using Visa. Are we together? I didn't say that MasterCard will not go, but MasterCard usually is best for the state Americas. Visa verified cards is better for Europe if you want to make payments. So try to do with Visa. Local rules in the use of credit cards applies. Don't say, we always give this advice, we don't want you to say, oh, okay, since you said we should use your card, we would like to do another form of payment. If your country's rule says this is the way to use your credit card, please use it. I'm making this statement on a legal basis, and you will understand when we continue this presentation. Payment process is simple, okay? Let's see how you are going to make payment. Log to the portal. Remember, you are already in your, what is your website? www.Nigerian Embassy Scandinavian. You are there. So you log in to immigration. You know, you'll have a corner there, isn't it? www.immigration.gov.ng. Then log in, you will see immigration page. When you go to the page, you go to passport menu, okay? And click the e-passport application form. You will see visa, you will see this, but you will see passport. You are looking for passport, you are not applying for visa. Click the passport. Are we together? Click the passport menu, okay? Choose the passport type. When you click the passport menu, it will show you type of passport. How many type of passport do we have? What are the Nigerians? How many? I'm not asking embassy staff. How many types of passport do we have? You only know your own, green one. Yes. Okay, Nigeria has 3 types of passport. They are in colors. Yes. This is your own. But you will not see in the menu written green passport. It is called what? Standard passport. When you check the menu in the website, it will show standard passport. This is blue passport. What color is this? Official passport. The red one the ambassador has, he won't show it to you. You know? So we have 3 passports. Don't go and click diplomatic. It is not going to work. Don't say, I have seen passport transfer, let me get diplomatic passport. Your money will go wasted. Or official passport, it will not work. Make sure you click standard passport. Are we together? Yes. When you click standard passport, then the portal will direct you to another website for payment. I hope you understand. You know why you're having problems? You don't follow the sequence. It will direct you to www.socketglobalbox.com, where you are expected to log in with a registered email. Are we together? When you log in to that website, you must have your email. It will ask you your email. In case of any other problem, they can get back to you. So you must log in with your email. If you are a native doctor, you don't have email, you are in trouble. Okay? Make sure you have an email, okay? And then you are expected to fill a form. Once you register with email, there is a form you will complete. You know, they are trying to protect your money. Am I correct? If you hear your money missing, you must have sent it through the wrong direction. I hope Mission will print even those the relevant pages and provide. But SocketWorks says that they would like to make that provision more clearly on their website. You know. Then, to fill a form, there is a form which you must fill. Remember, you have your email, then they will tell you to fill a form which include your card numbers, etc., etc. Okay? So you are done. Next slide. You will print your money after the payment. But payments-related problems exist. When you fill that form, you fill the card, your payment is done. You have a payment slip. You understand? You have paid already. If you know you have problems with your payment, it's because of this one of the problems. Are you with me? One of these problems must have happened. That's why you are having problems with your payment. One, when directed to Socket website, some even don't have an email. So how will it work? You have a credit card, but you don't have email. You are directed. Will it work? No, it don't go work. Sorry, make I go broke as one. Huh? it no go work. Huh? Some don't even have a credit card. Huh? Is it not true? Some don't have credit, but I don't know those who are in the Nordics. They are a little bit more mature than those in Southern Europe. Some of them don't even know what is credit card. It's a big issue. So, name for payment must tally with credit card. Are you with me? If your name is Grace Jonathan and the credit card is Grace Jonah, it's a problem. It didn't tally. Are you together? They're supposed to go to, it's the same business. After all, I've just paid my hotel bill with my credit card. If the name is different, they will not accept, the hotel will not reject me. It's not a new business we are telling you, it's the same rule everywhere. When making payment for others, it is expected you register the card on the portal. So you can make payment for others. You understand? You can't make payment for other people. But to do that, you must register your card on the portal. It will ask you, making payment for others, then you register it, okay, on the portal. Also, passport data page and settlement account for the card. It may ask you to provide your passport details and your settlement. It means it is giving you a chance to have clear records of why you are making transactions. You have the means. It's not a stolen credit card. If it's not a stolen credit, you will give the details. Am I correct? If you have problem after you have made payment and there is a problem, what can you do? Send email to support@swglobal.com and copy these people. You will get a reply because they already have your email. Remember, they will send you a reply. When you hear these problems happening, it's because people don't follow the procedure. If you follow the procedure, you get things done. When you are sending the mail, send details that will include the digit cards of the number you have registered. If you do that, you will get a reply. I had met people, especially when I went to intervention in Greece, I told them to follow the same process. They got a reply. Well, before I conclude, I will tell you, don't say e-passport machine has come to Sweden. You will come to the embassy. I know my people. They will come and tell you to do the impossible. There are things mission can do. There are things mission cannot do. They can do fresh applications. There are many of you who have never done. Well, you know why I ask the word fresh? Many of you, some of you will say, okay, it's fresh. I have never applied. Please tell us the truth. I've never. But when you acquire this, it will go into something called artist reject. You make sure it is fresh. When we say fresh, you should remember that whether you have been to one machine which has taken your biometrics. If you have been there, it's not fresh. I hope you are with me. If you have been to that machine, it's not fresh. So make sure it is fresh. Mission can do that. They can reissue expired passports and exhausted pages. We are working to see the limit you can do, but not more than 6 months. Usually we grant this approval gradually to level when you are settled down, we'll allow you exhausted pages, but we'll do it gradually with you. We can reissue less than 3 months. But if you have more than 3 months, you have to justify to us. Otherwise, the database will query you, will not grant it. Like somebody will come and say, okay, you know one problem? They stamp something on my passport, or I don't want this passport. I need a new one. And this passport is valid for 2 more years. We cannot reissue it for you. We want that stamp to remain. We want that stamp to remain. So don't come to the visa office and say, okay, I came as a visitor. For me to go out is a problem. I need to get a new passport because I got married. I don't want to present that passport which says I'm overstayed. Is it not happening? It's happening. It will not be done. Let me tell you, it cannot be issued. If you lose your passport, this is between you and Abuja. Mission will tell us if there are reasons. There could be genuine reasons we can talk. But there is no way you lose your. In short, you have penalty. Mission will charge you for penalty for lost. We can tolerate change of name due to marriage as you become expert in the missions. We allow missions. But please, there's condition for this. Women have the liberty to change name due to marriage. I don't know whether in Sweden they allow men to change it. A change of name due to marriage, please, the document to submit to mission must be document from the host country's authority. We are living in Sweden. You got married in Sweden. You cannot get letters posted from Nigeria to you. It doesn't work. Since I took over passport, I've been fighting missions. It's not possible. Our citizens living in Sweden, You are here for 1 year. You got married here, according to the story you are telling, and then you bring a marriage certificate from Nigeria. Which can marry this one? It's not possible. If you are married in Sweden, bring Swedish papers. If you lost your passport in Sweden, bring police report from here. Don't bring police report from Ajagule. It won't help you. Okay. Correction of gender. This is accepted. We used to have little problem in our database. I think you know better. Those operatives on ground. You find out. I don't know why it doesn't change. Sometimes it will change mostly women to men, isn't it? But does it do both?
Yeah, it's when you do the first enrollment.
Yeah,
there is some other side.
Then it becomes female, women.
Female.
Okay. So when you come to the issue, gradually when you find out the issues, when the data pop up, when you see a man and it says a female, don't produce it. Talk to us so that we can change the gender. You can even talk to the database straight. I will give you access to talk to the database.
Especially damages, exhaust pages.
You will see those impossible tasks. Please, if you lose your passport, don't come to them and say, give it to me now. You should pay penalty for losing your passport. If the person is on holiday, give him ETC. And when you are giving him ETC, write the passport number he said he lost on top of it. When you are issuing TC, I always encourage mission. When you are giving TC, write the old passport number he lost on the TC so that we'll see. Because it will be collected by immigration officers appointed. If you are a visitor, we cannot give you passport. If you are residing here and you lose your passport, we know the reason you lost your passport. There are many reasons. You know better than me. So we cannot change, mission cannot change your age. I hope you understand. You have all passport for cancellation when a new one is issued. There is a possibility of a lot of pressure for the person working. You know, you say, oh, this is a new passport. Bring the old one to be cancelled. It will be returned to you. It is cancelled without prejudice. You understand? When I say it is cancelled without prejudice, you can put your two passports together. I have two passports together here. I'm traveling with them because the valid visa is in another passport. But it is cancelled. The other one is cancelled.
Your Excellency, sir. My name is Zacchaeus Ademola. I first of all would like to thank Your Excellency, sir. I remember the last time I came for January 10th that you told me that they were going to be national. Fortunately, the national came at the time. I'm happy that a lot of people were here. So to go direct to the question, sir, my issue is about the reissue of the e-passport. I was there on January 10th for acquisition of the passport. Yet, I am still awaiting the passport. So that's one question.
My question has to do with the guarantors. If you are renewing the passport, do you still have to bring another fill that form again? Since when you did it first time, it was already captured in the system. Do you have to do that? Then number two, if somebody is changing them due to religious reason or some other personal or genuine reason, is it still allowed?
Is the passport renewable? I know it's the long span is 5 years or 4 years. Is it renewable like the old one? You know, the old one, they can stamp it to make it valid again for another 4 or 5 years. Then my second question is the database, like you said, if the passport is not registered on the database and is being collected, that's one might have problem. How long does it take for the passport to be registered on the database before somebody can collect it? Thank you.
My first question is about reissue. Some Nigerians have this problem of, because like you said before, the embassy can reissue, it has to be 3 months less. But we have a problem in Sweden where some people have less than 2 years, maybe 1 year or 1 year and a half. And they are required by law in Sweden to have 2 years validity of their passport before they can be issued resident permit in Sweden. So in such situation, what would the person do? Because by law, she's supposed to have 2 years in her passport.
And another question is that I read from the website, another website, there is this requirement that before you can obtain the e-passport, you must have a copy. You must submit or present a copy of your resident permit. Does that mean that undocumented Nigerians living in Sweden cannot obtain their e-passport since they don't have their resident permit yet? Thank you very much.
You are a renewal, reissue. Okay. The right word for it is reissue, not renewal. The technical, but we accept the word you will say. No guarantor. What you should do, they should just apply in his hand to the officer that my passport has expired and I want to reissue it. Then you approve. Then the person pays the money, make sure the payment goes and it is issued. There's no need of any guarantor again. So he will go to only the payment portal, not to the application portal. Because the only reason, yes, I'm the only person who approved change of name globally. My boss can, I have admitted was DCG, but it is primarily my schedule as ACG passport. I'm the only person globally who can approve change of name, change of comma to full stop. Rearrange name. It's only when I approve, it will be done. So there could be a reason why you want to change name. But we take each case by its reason. Each case. I have seen a person who says, Oga, I want to change all my names because I woke up in a dream and God told me I have to change. All my names is evil. I said, collect letter from God. You can start from there. So you have to get good reason for us to do it. One of the reasons is religious reasons. I can understand. If you are Muslim, you change to Christian, or Christian to Muslim, that's understandable. But there are other religious reasons that look very funny. You are a Muslim, you say, oh, my name is Azizi, and I just woke up and I said Azizi will be a problem. I said, okay, how old are you? I'm 55 years. Where I was, have you been to school? I said, I've been to school. Where is your NYC certificate or secondary school? Here in the app. Why do you want to change your name? Like that. You do endorsement. That endorsement creates a lot of problems. We have doing it before. In short, officers will endorse the money into their pocket, which is not good because it's stamp endorsement alone. And a lot of things have been done. So government took decision, you need to get a new passport. So there is no stamp. Mission don't even make observation. If people come and say, please, can you make an observation in my passport? Before we used to do it in the old passport. Observation, don't do observation on e-passport, no observations. If you want to change data, apply for change of data. There will be no observation to say, previously traveled on passport number so. When his date of birth is this. I've seen some mission doing. It's not allowed. Yes. No observation on biometric passport. Somebody raised the issue, how long does it take also, madam? It's automatic. Immediately you acquire, where are the experts? Once you send it, submit it, it has gone to database.
Yes, sir.
It's too late, anything you want to change. That's why before they submit, they say, come and see the database. But once they submit, you should know very well now, if you take your money, automatically it will be recorded from the ATM. You will see an alert. Am I correct? Why not the passport? You will see the same. It will be the same. It's automatic. Within a few seconds, it's gone. Reissue, thank you very much for this observation. That's why government is pragmatic on issues. We don't mean to make rules that will suffer our country or our nationals. Madam, if there's a reason individually, we're not going to allow blanket case. And you will see a lot of stories. If you know you have been to the visa office, they say they cannot renew your visa. We have this with many embassies. Before we only renew 3 years. But Dubai creates a lot of problems for us. Our citizens now go to Dubai. In short, last week I had to send an officer to go to Dubai to submit a passport because a person was sick. The passport expired. They said they would deport the sick person if there is no valid passport. So we had to send somebody to Dubai to submit that passport. There is a reason to renew beyond 6 months, but that reason must be on individual cases. The mission must give you protection for that. The mission will write that this person is so has applied for a visa. There's a reason visa cannot be granted until 2 years. We do. So it's individual basis, but it's not a blanket for everybody to start renewing his passport when it is only 2 years to another 2 years. It doesn't have. Resident permit should be assisted. This one I will leave it partly to the mission. That resident permit is a condition. But as a migration expert, in short, we have nothing to do with the resident permit in the issue. It's not in our condition. It's not in our condition. We should, that's why we did the intervention team. When we places like Greece, Nigerians even don't have the birth certificate. But we lecture them. Once we give you this passport in this name, this is your name, or make you know, come back tomorrow and begin blow grammar, they say they agree. That's why we are getting to every Nigerians. So resident permit is not a condition. In short, it's against the global management of migration. To link issues of travel document with the right of residence is a violation of the right of migrants. Migrants have the right to identity, whether they are irregular or regular. So, madam, it has nothing to do with that in the modern migration management. Thank you so much. I think I've answered all the questions. Thank you.
Sir, they are complaining about payment. So people will say they have made payment, and they don't know that most payments expired. Somebody will say he has made a payment, maybe last year, either in Germany or elsewhere, but he's expecting that we must give him passport now. That we have to enroll him and give him a new passport. So, sir, I want you to address this issue now. And secondly, about the reissue cases, I remember that you directed that their passport be maybe Shekara. You directed Shekara to take care of the Sweden case.
Yeah.
I think you have promoted some.
No, until it is ready, it is not produced.
So that's all. Yes. Thank you.
I give directors officer in charge of mission and intervention to produce this one, but I don't want to say until it is produced, until we are able to get the passports. So that is remaining. I assure you it will be delivered. This issue of payment, I think, is very sensitive. Thank you very much for reminding me. We have cases even in Nigeria. You make payment in Kano, and then you come to Abuja to collect the passport. We say no. We have tagged payment with locations. I think you need to know this. Initially, when I took over passport, I was very radical. I was arguing. I said, why should somebody pay in Kano and then pay? Well, I was lectured properly, technically, by the expert that, look, there were a lot of fraud. You know, Nigerian people, we know how to do this fraud. That's when we tie each location with payment. That's the only information I can give you. It is a security issue, and it will be so. If you make payment in Spain, don't come and apply for passport in Sweden. Forget about it. If you make payment in Sweden, don't go to London and apply for passport. If you want to eat there, you have to pay there. We had cases yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, I had a case of a man who applied for passport in Vienna. And he said he doesn't see the intervention. In short, he applied 3 times. When I checked the database, we found out that his passport has already been issued in Lagos. Not that it has been printed, but it has been issued. So I asked him, which one do you want? I can direct them to issue the passport in Lagos and then send it to Foreign Affairs and bring it to you, or to issue it in Lagos and cancel it and reissue it in Vienna. But you have to pay. The person decided that, look, the passport should be produced in Lagos and let it be cancelled, and then that cancelled passport will be reissued in Vienna. That's the situation. Once a process has started for passport, it has to be completed. And payment must be tied to location. And there is issue of payment expiration. It is, I also argued against it. I'm telling you, sometimes I'm not a very good civil servant. I argued against the system. And I was told that, look, there was a problem. Also, people were abusing that payment. That payment doesn't go to the company for information. It goes to government account. We have a consolidated account. It's a government account. When the payment is made, it goes there, and it is from there we make payments. So if you make payment, after 6 months it has expired, it has not gone to the drain, it has gone to government of Nigeria, you should be happy. It didn't go to any company. But the law says after 6 months, is there in the system. Is there in the system. Yes. That if you make payment, you do not process your passport after 6 months, it has expired. I asked the company, and at that time when I took over, I thought the money was going to them. I said, does money expire in your account? They said, no, there isn't money. So it's the same issue. It goes to government account. And I'm telling you, it solved also other problems. We had some problem of passport being produced without payment to automate such issues. So there's nothing wrong with that. Also, claims. You cannot make claims for passport paid after 6 months. but you can send us to Socket Works about payments you have not been able to bring within that
A
time.
few words, because of those 107 that were captured here in January. My understanding is that some had made payments. We're still to get the figure of those that are actually pure reissue, like a friend here whose baby was born here and went for fresh application. We want to distinguish between those that are fresh and those that are actual reissue. The fresh ones, I don't think we will have problem. I'm sure once you go back, they'll be able to sort that out and they'll print them. The reissue is where I think there might be some problems, as you've pointed out. They may have been snapped somewhere else. They may have made some payments somewhere else. But I can confirm that the 107 that were done here in the capture exercise, we made sure that we collected cash. Cash was handed over to the Immigration Intervention Force that came, receipts issued. So we are 100% sure that payments have been made. So it's not a problem of those 107 full payment has been made. I think the problems will come from one of the other technical issues or whether they had breached the system earlier. But whatever it is, I agree this 6 month notice after which the funds you cannot expect to come back. And I thank you for your the humanitarian effort to fight for Nigerians who have paid to extend it. But if it is due to their own fault, yes, this should apply. But if it's not due to their own fault, they've applied and the delay is coming from immigration, is it right that we ask Nigerians to be penalized? This is where we have some issues, and we are the cold face. The embassies are the cold face. We deal with our Nigerians, and any aggression or anger is going to be imposed on us. And that is why I'm really anxious that if the ACG should very kindly look into this, I know you will. ACG, we have cleared every passport application. When I came here, there was some outstanding due to a passport intervention of 9 months, up to 9 months, one reason or the other. And through constant interaction with your people on the ground there, we have cleared almost everything. The only thing outstanding now that brings us up to date is this 107. And now that we have the passport machine here, it's going to be all progressive, positive movement in the future. It's a pleasure meeting you. It's a pleasure meeting you. As I said, my prayer for you is onward promotion. Onward promotion. Even the seat of, usually we in Africa, we don't ask when a seat is occupied. But there's retirement, there's new appointments, and our prayer is that we will have you effectively in the seat of Comptroller General in the future. Yes. This is the future. Africa, it is the future of the continent for us is now. There's progress being made throughout Africa. GDP growth rates, dynamic growth rates, vibrant population, vibrant Nigerians, creative people. And all we need is effective leadership. And I believe you will give that to the immigration. You are giving it, and you give it in a higher position. Once again, we thank you very much. We thank your staff, and we will invite you, ACG, to do us the honors of the commissioning of the passport machine downstairs. Thank you.
Your Excellency, this is Abamoro, but I'm not Abamoro. He has asked me on his behalf to come this step for the benefit of Nigerians. And what he said, this item is for Nigerian government, and it has to be used judicially for the interests of Nigeria and nothing more. In the name of God, I declare this passport office open, and it will be one of the passport offices we have. It will be part of the 33 passport offices functioning in our missions abroad. We have just commissioned Vienna, and additional 8 are already on the roll. There is one in Ghana, there is one in here Sweden, Vienna, in Moscow, and some other places. So this is the latest one to be commissioned, and in the name of God, I declare it commissioned.
Amen. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you, Excellency. I think we should. So, do you have applicant around?
Yes, sir.
Okay. His Excellency would like to see him being acquired.
Okay.
Who is the applicant? What is this place?
So this is an enrollment desk. This is an enrollment desk. So when an applicant is applying for a passport, you go to the admin office where they open the file to you and then forward it to the enrollment desk. So this is the system where we key in this information which has already done online. So this is our camera. We have a standard for the background. The ground by ECOWAS standard has to be a gray in color. Yes. So the passport can be accepted anywhere in the world. So after finish enrolling him, or if it is a reissue case, we retrieve the data, but he has to supply the former passport number so that we have access to retrieve his information. And snapping. So while snapping as a fresh, I will call his attention to come and verify the data so that whatever he's writing is given to us or we give it to the embassy is correspond, is 100% perfect. So before snapping, after snapping, I will make a submission. So after a while, maybe 30 minutes, an hour time, depends on how the network is. So we go online and over. Yes. Thank you, sir.
That's the observation I'm making, Your Excellency. You see, when he snaps the photograph, he will come here and read his data. The new innovation we want to do, probably provide a slide here, hanging, so that after snapping, he can read it while sitting. This place is even more comfortable. In some places, they have to turn the camera and it affects the machine properly. So in the future, we'll look forward to putting something here, because there is no space here, but we can put it here hanging, where they can see the data's key. They will read it properly. Here, they will be in tension when they come this side. That's why I said, don't leave the enrollment seat until you are sure everything is correct. Because if you allow it and say it's correct, your data is data. Thank you, Your Excellency. So let's see you queue the data. Is this an issue?
Yeah, it's an issue. Sorry, sir, another observation. Anybody coming for issue, he has to submit the passport booklet with handwritten application or type application for the embassy, so that when the approval is given and he has already been snapped, all the process is done, the new one is ready, then you stamp it, cancel without prejudice, and then hand it over.
Because we want to approve. I told you earlier, we snapped a baby this morning. It was just submitted, and we need to approve it to be able to personalize the booklet and laminate it and issue it. QC it and issue it.
Quality control.
Yes, sir.
That is a picture. What I need to do. What I need to do at this stage is to check the data on the file with the one on the system and make sure that everything is correct. From the surname to the first name, middle name, date of birth, the gender. I'll make sure that everything is right. Because at this point, once I approve it, that's the end.
What's the name of the job you're doing?
It's a fresh case.
No, the name of the job you're doing.
Okay, it's Dari. Approval. Yeah, approval.
Online approval.
And the mother has already checked.
Yes, before
this as
yeah.
well. So this is like a second check.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? No comma, no full stop?
No, it's okay, sir.
Okay.
So I'm going to approve it now. After this stage, it's now ready for me to produce the passport. What we have here is called the personalization page.
Staff of His Excellency, staff of the mission, Nigerians present here today, in the whole of the Nordic countries, we thank you immensely for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here to commission this passport mission. You have shown great commitment and love to be able to be here today. Assistant Controller, sir, I must tell you that we have had experiences, telephone calls at midnight, all sorts of complaints, issues with the passports. But I know that with this effort now, there will be great changes. Your junior colleagues have been wonderful here. They did their best to us. We became friends, family. We became quite close. They have assisted us in many ways. They showed us great whenever they were here. As you go back home, sir, we pray that the Almighty God will guide you, will lead you in all your endeavors. We pray that you have a safe journey back home. Assistant Controller, sir, this is just the beginning in your career. You will see greater things to come. Once more, thank you very much, sir, and we wish you God's guidance and God's blessings.
Thank you. on behalf of the mission, because if I give passport, it is on behalf of the mission. This passport now is under the control of His Excellency. It is my honor and privilege that the first person to get this passport first is a child. It means the mission is child-friendly. It means that our consideration is always our children because they're the futures of tomorrow. Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister said I should let you know, and let him say this in the process of handing over, that this mission is a mission that will prosper greatly because it is in the Nordic, and the people in the Nordic are straightforward people. You know, when you compare Europeans, we used to argue in the European circle that they are hard cheese and soft cheese joke. The Nordics are Europeans that look straight. They like to do things honestly and straightforward, and even their counterpart down south that would like to help you improve the name of Nigeria. We'll work with you. Any problem you have, we'll solve it so that Nigerian name will flourish. Because passport is one of the major sources of criminality. And I hope this beginning, by handing over this passport to you, will hand over to more and more people, and people will be satisfied. There will never be an institution without problem. There will be problems. There will be one or two hitches. But what is important is the desire to solve those problems. And we are committed to work with you and solve this problem. Thank you, Your Excellency, on behalf of the Nigerian government. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. How do you feel about the commissioning today?
I feel very happy, because it's been a long journey, not just for me, but for all the ambassadors that have been here previously. There's been a problem, as you are aware, getting these passports for our people. So this is a fantastic occasion, event here. So I'm very, very happy. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to the good people of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Honorable Minister Moro, whose dedicated efforts that have brought us to this point, and especially to his the Assistant Comptroller General of Immigration, who came to do us the honors of opening the passport machine. I'm very happy for our people.
That's good, sir. We are also very, very happy about this. And following the interview we had with you recently, some Nigerians have been asking, when is the Ife bronze coming to Sweden?
In fact, thanks very much. I must also commend you, my dear sister, for your efforts, dynamic efforts at portraying Africa and Nigeria in a better light.
Thank you, sir.
I really appreciate that.
You, sir.
You are dedicated. I know you go out of your way to do this work. And even our discussion about this, I know how you had to fly all the way in quickly from Gothenburg to be here. So I must commend you on that.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm actually having a meeting with the head of the museum here in Sweden, in Stockholm, sometime, I think it's in about a week's time. And that's to conclude, I think she wants to brief me on how far they've gone. I assume they've signed the tripartite agreement.
That's wonderful.
So I believe that it should be coming, I think it's around September. But I'll be able to send details
that would
of
be very
it,
good.
yes. And I'm sure the advertisement will be all over the place, but we'll definitely inform you by that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel about the installation of the e-passport machine today? I can only express my joy, you know. I arrived at this embassy as the charge d'affaires of this embassy, and essentially the head at the time before the appointment of the ambassador. And so I was very much abreast with the problems of Nigerians here, and I know how difficult it was for our people in the Nordic area, not just Scandinavia, you know, to manage without us having the equipment to produce passports here. Oftentimes, we had to send people with letters as far as Germany. Even some people opted to go to places like Italy, Spain, and all those places. You know, the inconveniences that Nigerians in diaspora suffered, are innumerable.
can only express my joy, you know, that today, because we began this process of requesting for a machine even during my own time. I remember I wrote to the Comptroller General several times, you know, at least 2 letters in which we mentioned this, and to our ministry, our home ministry, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs headquarters, severally, each time reminding them that we need this equipment. They should please, you know, work with the Comptroller General of Immigration to help us to get this. So today, now you're talking now, this is over 2 years down the line. I arrived here in 2010.
Wow.
And immediately I saw the need for that. And, you know, there are some Nigerians, yes, who sometimes they take out their, vent their anger on us, you know. I remember one chief, you know, met him in church and, you know, I had to now dispatch somebody to Nigeria to go and get the passports that were ready immediately. So these are the problems, you know, that we have been having, experiencing down the line. I'm sure they started even before my time, but you know, before then, I'm sure the authorities did not quite realize the need of the Nordic area, you know, but now that is has become apparent to them with a lot of pressure. The ambassador put a lot of pressure.
This is what we didn't know behind the scene, that actually the embassy was putting pressure. A
lot of pressure.
For them to get us this biometric machine. We were thinking that embassy is just there.
No.
You know? But I'm so happy to hear that it's something that started years back.
Yes,
you know? That's very good.
I can imagine that the ambassador before then must have also made such requests. You know?
Yes.
We want to thank God today that
it's done.
Yeah, it is done.
Thank you so much, Ma, for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Congratulations, sir. How do you feel about the installation of the e-passport machine today?
Thank you very much. Really, for me, my joy knows no bounds today, because I'm the one that is most hit in this issue. Having phone calls.
Why do you say that?
Night. Having Nigerians telling me that I have my passport, I don't want them to have their passport when I don't have a passport machine here. Having Nigerians telling me that they are working and I don't want them to stay in Europe, or they are making payments. Where is their money? I am not federal government account. So but having a passport machine here, all such questions will be, and issues will be justified and clarified here.
Yeah, that's very good.
So it's really great joy for me.
Exactly. How much does this e-passport cost? And Nigerians said I should ask you, including the administrative fee, because they don't want to have a hidden cost somewhere or another. How much in total will this e-passport cost? Because I know that there should be a price for the fresh passport and the reissue and the lost passport. How much? Or are you going to put it on the website, or how is it going to be done?
Very good question, actually. On the issue of the e-passport fee, there is an exact fee.
Okay.
The federal government prescribed.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a fee of $65, or its equivalent in euro or Nigerian naira, if you are in Nigeria.
Okay.
But however, now we made very visible on the
website. Okay.
Yeah, and for all the other fees, they are not hidden, because they are always there, and they are not only charged by us. And those
in terms of administrative fee, the embassy administrative fee, it should also be put up there so that people will know and prepare before coming.
Yeah, actually, if I have to clarify that before we go into that, the fees have never been hidden.
Okay.
Yeah, for visa applications, for other services rendered by the embassy, the fees have always been on the website.
Okay.
And for this one, they are going to be there. You heard it outrightly from the immigration boss that all such fees are made on the website by all embassies. And I must tell you something. It's very good for us to be educated on such issues, because Nigerians have always queried such fees. It's important important, I'll let you know that we have the lowest of such fees all over Europe. Yeah, and possibly even all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, but however, every information will be on the
website
within this weekend, so that by the beginning of next week, everything will be very clear.
Yeah, that's very good.
One last question. A colleague of mine was telling me that she obtained she became a Swedish citizen and wanted to travel back home. And she applied for a visa, normally, and she was told to get a letter of invitation from Nigeria.
Exactly.
So she was like, why will I get a letter of invitation? I'm already a Nigerian, so why should that aspect of the law or the requirement apply to her? What do you have to say about that?
Okay, very good question too. I have had to refuse issuing visas because of things like this. And people always wonder why we do that. You know, the very fact that you now have a different nationalities passport, if anything happens to you, questions will come out not only from you, but from that country. Even if you were once Nigerian. So basically, a very short note, we do that for the security of people.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then if things happen, I'm not branding our country, you know, an unsecured country. But it's also a protocol, it's also a policy, you know, and we have to observe rules. We have to go by policies, we have to go by rules. You know, people get angry when they have simple issues, but it's just about fulfilling requirements.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
These
Same rule
applications
applies to everybody. Yeah.
Exactly. These applications we get queried even right from home.
Okay.
Yeah. We get queried from the foreign ministry, from the Nigerian government. And then it is when something really terrible happens, then investigations will be made.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it will come down to the visa officer.
Okay.
And questions will be asked on why he did not pass this information or observe such policy correctly. So it's very clear, people should not get angry about it.
Okay.
Right? It's just a policy for security reasons and sometimes for us to know who is inviting you.
Okay.
Exactly.
Even though you are in Nigeria for many years, as long as...
Well, the security aspect answers that. Yeah, the security aspect answers that.
All right.
But if you are not Nigerian, it's very important we know who is inviting you. Even if the government of Nigeria, governors, National Assembly members are inviting guests, foreigners to Nigeria, they present such letters.
Okay.
It's just a policy.
Just a policy.
And it's very important we observe it.
That's good.
And for us, we're trying to get things to be done right, you know, to protect the right of all people.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. What's your name, sir?
My name is Benedict.
You are a Nigerian.
I'm a Nigerian.
How do you feel about the commissioning of the passport nation today?
I'm very happy with that.
That's good.
And it's prayer, answer to prayer.
Yes.
Praying for this.
Yes.
Like I was supposed to go to Germany to do this thing next week.
Next week, yeah.
I was told that I didn't need to go there.
That's wonderful.
So at least I've saved almost like 3,000 to 4,000.
Yes, exactly. It has been a huge problem. Yes. I saw you wanted to reissue your passports to me, and you're just going to do. Are you in Stockholm?
Yes.
Good. So it doesn't cost you much to now come and get your passport done.
No.
Instead of going to Germany, in Spain, and all that.
Just cost me time.
Exactly.
To come here.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
So viewers, it has been a wonderful and a successful commissioning ceremony. Please check the website, all the information will be there, requirements involved, and please call the embassy. Call the embassy before you go. Thank you so much.